Okay, my friends, here it is. The video that is going to show you how you can not only supercharge your plant growth in early season, but you can also protect your plants from too cold of temperatures and also too hot of temperatures by making this simple structure. So let's get into it. So, if you recall from the previous videos, plants need 5 things to thrive: light, water, air, nutrients, and it all has to happen at the right temperature. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about temperature because it is a really late spring this year. Really cool for a really long time, and things just aren't wanting to grow, okay? So, if you've done any kind of indoor growing, such as microgreens or cloning or anything like that indoors where you have control over the heat, you know that temperature matters dramatically. So guys, it's so important, especially when we're going outside with things like tomatoes, peppers, squash, cucumbers, the heat-loving stuff. The temperature must be in the right range. So what is that range? That range is generally from 65 degrees Fahrenheit till about 85 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the sweet spot. Anything below that, anything below the 65, and the plants are going to be kind of stalled out, especially the heat-loving stuff. Anything below 55 or we'll say anything below 50 for the heat-loving stuff, they're just surviving. They're not really doing anything. They'll just sit there and wait. So if it's below 50 and you've got your heat-loving stuff in the ground, then they're just sitting there waiting. And so many people are like, Nate, my tomatoes are just sitting there for weeks and weeks. It's because that temperature is not up in that sweet spot, okay? All plants, when they're young, like it to be between 65 and 85. Cabbages like to ripen when it's getting cooler. A lot of brassicas like to ripen when it's getting cooler. Yes, but as far as early stage growth, they love that 65 to 85, with about 80 degrees being the sweet spot where you're going to see maximal enzyme activity, root development, leaf growth. All kinds of good things are going to happen at that temperature range. Below that, and it's like we're putting the plants in the refrigerator and they just take forever to grow, okay? Now this works, this is true up to a point though. Beyond 85 and the plants start to get stressed, especially your brassicas and your cooler season crops, especially things like potatoes as well. So beyond 85, they start to exhibit stress responses. And then beyond 90, definitely beyond 95, things start to just shut down. They go into survival mode. Pollen can become sterile at that stage. And so you'll see all kinds of bizarre things happening when the plants are getting too hot. They're just in survival mode. Okay, so we want to essentially keep it in that sweet spot as much as possible. So here's the thing. We're going to go outside and I'm going to show you how to build this structure utilizing this kit we got from Bootstrap Farmer to build these amazingly simple yet high quality and sturdy yet relatively inexpensive hoop houses. Now, even if you're not going to get these, that's perfectly fine. You can make this out of something else. Just get the concept down, understand the principles of what's happening. And as you watch, let us know in the comments, what is your experience with temperature? Surely, if you've been growing for a long time, you understand how things will just sit there for so long until that temperature hits that sweet spot, and then it just explodes. That's why these sweet potatoes will literally, if you put them on a heat mat, they will root 5 times faster than the ones that are just sitting out on the counter. The ones sitting out on the counter can take weeks or a month to root. These will take days to root. It's all about that temperature. Okay, my friends, first thing you got to do is you got to get this EMT bender here. And this is really the only thing. This and the kit you got to get from Bootstrap Farmer, which are just the connectors. But then the EMT is you actually get from like Lowe's, you know, those little pipes that are laying down next to me. And then you just mark them at 22.5 and at 46.5 inches and put a little mark there. And then we're going to take our hoop bender and we're going to secure it down to something stable like this. And then all you got to do is put that thing in there up to the 22, and then you're going to give it a nice even bend. Once we give it a bend, we're going to put it into the 46.5, and then we're going to bend that. Then we're going to do the other side. It's actually tremendously easy, guys. And the end result is that you get this nice, even, smooth hoop right here. And so you can make as many as you want like this. And they're nice and even. There's no creases or anything like that. So we went ahead and did 4 of them. And you can see here, that's enough for 10 feet. And so we've got them all looking nice and uniform. Now we're going to take these connectors. And this is what the actual kit comes with, is a big bag of these connectors. And this is where the magic happens. You got to have these things because then you can assemble the kit like this. Now, I am one person right now, so I'm just doing one at a side. And I'm just taking the drill and a deep socket, and within 20 minutes I can have the whole entire thing pretty much built and fastened. And you can see here how they secure. And so when you put them on there, I'm actually using the impact drive, and I'm doing it until there's some torque going on, and that keeps everything nice and solid. And it's also going to give us protection from the cat once we put stuff over it. So you can see here that this is the real magic of the whole system. And these are strong enough that they do not move. So it's actually a wonderful thing here. So we just kind of loosely do them at first, and then I go through and really torque them down until the impact drive is popping a little bit. You could also do it with just a wrench, no problem. And then we're going to do a bar on the side. So we've got one on the top and two on the sides. And that's all that I'm doing right here on these beds, because they are 4 by 10 feet. And this will allow us to do so many things. So we're going to put this greenhouse plastic over it like this. This is way earlier, like a month ago, when it was still super cold. It was getting down to like 17 degrees at night and stuff. It was ridiculous, okay? So I just left this over the things. And even though these are cold hardy stuff, parsley and celery and green onions and stuff, still I didn't want them repeatedly getting way down. You know, the highs were in the 40s. Yet when we put this plastic down and we look into here, we can see that even though the 40 degree ambient, it's 84 degrees in here. So it keeps it nice and warm. Now here is a night that we fell way down to 15 degree ambient night temperatures. And so Bootstrap Farmer also sent me a roll of this frost cloth, which actually turned out really well. I put it over the onions, and that enabled them to not have any serious damage at all. So even though it got down to 15 degrees, and that's official, so really it was probably more like 12 or 13 degrees, because the official temperature is always a bit higher. So this is what the cold season, because my timing was way off on so many things, and so thankfully I had this fabric nice and lightweight and breathable, comes in a long roll. Also thankful I had these hoop houses, because now look here, if you forget and the sun starts beating down on them, even though the temperature is 40 degrees, it's 104 degrees in here. And that's fast. That happens in no time, guys. If that sun is beating down and it is closed up, you need to get it open. So here's another thing. Here is the whole other thing. They sent me this box of different kind of shade cloths as well. So they got standard shade cloth. They also got aluminum shade cloth for super high heat for you guys like Texas and stuff. They also got the white type shade cloth. So we're going to experiment around with all this stuff. And Camille's really happy about it. So we're going to, because we're going to be transplanting stuff. And now, in classic Indiana fashion, the temperature is, 85 degrees and blazing hot during the day. And so we need to start hardening off our stuff. And so we're just going to take these clamps and we're going to press them on real securely. And they really pop on there. You have to actually use some force. Pops on there, and it's not going anywhere. And so we're just going to put the various shade cloths over this thing. And I'm really excited what this is going to help us to do for the summertime, because we can get some really intense sun here. Not like you guys in Texas and stuff, but still, we can get some pretty intense sun here. And this is going to dramatically help the transition period. So we're just going to cut off some of this roll, and we're going to make sure that we clamp down all the sides. Just the ends is all that we need to do. Just pull it taut and clamp down the ends. And I'm really excited about it, because it's going to allow for those super hot days. It's not going to roast the plants, and this shade cloth. And then they've got the aluminum shade cloth if it gets super blazing hot, to help keep things from bolting too soon as it goes into the summertime. So this is my first season experimenting with these, but I'm really liking them so far because of how versatile. I see so many things that we can do with them. We can use them as shade cloth. We can also use them as a hoop house. And you'll also use it in a way that I'm about to show you here in a minute, which is surprising. So I have my tomatoes in the ground already, guys. And so we got the call that it was going to be like 35 degrees one night. So we just picked the thing up and moved it, as you just saw. All you got to do is just pick it up and move it. And we're not even going to bother taking off the shade cloth. And I actually put a piece of fabric over that end just so that it doesn't puncture the plastic. That is what I do. But we got a 29 degree night coming with the tomatoes in the ground. So we're going to take a roll of this greenhouse plastic and we are going to secure it down. It doesn't have to be anything special. Just put some boards, a couple logs, maybe a cat, something like that. And what we actually did here was we got a little greenhouse heater, and it came with a thermostat. Now, guys, I normally wouldn't be doing all this, but I messed up my timing big time, okay? But this heater with this little thermostat kept this thing at 60 degrees. I have it set at 60 degrees, and it kept it there all night. even though it got way down and it ended up being 35-degree ambient temperature, okay? We come out here and we look, and it's keeping everything nice and toasty, which is awesome. So it only kicks on when it needs to, and that's really one of its biggest pluses, is that it keeps everything nice and warm so that it's not going to suffer any of the damage. So then if it gets hot again, I just take off the greenhouse plastic and we are good to go. And so even though I totally messed up my timing this year and I shouldn't have these in the ground, we still got 2 or 3 weeks before our last frost technically. They're still going to survive. They're going to actually thrive. And so everyone is going to be really happy with that. You see the onions are in the ground over here. But now look, guys, it's 45 degrees the ambient temperature, okay? So we just rolled up one side and it's 86 degrees in here. All right, and so even if you've got real low temperatures, this is going to help those tomatoes to set and be in that nice sweet spot of temperature. And so you see out here, I pulled up one of the tomatoes and planted a young brandywine. So we got an awesome tomato experiment coming up for you guys this year. So I really had to make sure that these tomatoes are growing well. And thanks to this thing, the versatility of this kit, they are going to grow real well. So there you go, my friends. I'm super excited about these because they are solid, they are gonna last. And now that every one of my beds are the exact same size, I can just take them and conveniently move them wherever I need them. So I'm gonna get like 4 of them so that I can then put shade cloth over some of them. I can then extend the season with the greenhouse plastic. They're so versatile. I'm into it, definitely. So there you go. I will see everybody right here at 12 noon Eastern time every Saturday for the live Q&A. If you would like to get this bootstrap kit, links are in the description along with the pots and all the other good stuff. So it's all there